After a year and a half of being a menopause coach and learning and talking about menopause and meeting tons of women who are going through menopause, I have learned that there are 5 emotional stages of menopause. I've dubbed 5 emotional stages of menopause. This is not based on anything other than my observational research. The 5 stages are what the fuck, confusion, I need help, acceptance, and empowerment. So there's hope. In stage 1, what the fuck? You start having all these weird symptoms. Frozen shoulder, heart palpitations. You might be sweating profusely in the second that the temperature goes up slightly. Perimenopause is not in your vocabulary because you may be like in your 30s or early 40s and you think perimenopause is something, if you even know about it, that old ladies get, right? So you're not even thinking. So you go to the cardiologist. That's what I did because you've got heart palpitation. They give you a full heart workup. Nothing wrong with you. You go to the rheumatologist to see if you're getting arthritis. You go to the dermatologist if your hair is falling out. Again, that happened to me. So nowhere did I put any of these things together. And I probably didn't even tell my gynecologist about them because it didn't occur to me that this could have anything to do with my hormones. But in this what the fuck phase, your hormones are starting to fluctuate. Your periods may start to be irregular, and you could be 7 to 10 years before menopause, as defined by 12 months without a period. So you could be well before you're actually in menopause, but you're getting all this craziness. You might have really, really heavy flow in your periods. These are all signs that your hormones are fluctuating. All these things are happening. You go from the what the fuck to like, I'm so confused. What is going on here? You get frustrated. You might, if you didn't already have anxiety, you may be incredibly anxious, worried, like, what is going on with me? Am I dying? Do I have cancer? You're thinking, I must have a brain tumor because I just can't remember anything. I went to write down what that thing was that I forgot. And I forgot what it was by the time I went to write it down. How many times has that happened to you? Or you try to get a word out and it doesn't come out properly. Remember when your mom used to mix you and your sibling up? You start to do that too. And you're like, this does not make sense. You think you might have the flu because you keep getting these feverish hot sweats that feel like you're coming down with something all the time. So this is like, I am just totally confused. I have no idea. I need help. You finally succumb and say, I need help. This just doesn't make sense. There's too many things going on. So you start to do some research and you reluctantly realize that perhaps there's something to do with menopause because now there's research out there that probably wasn't when I was your age, but now there's some research out there. And you start to kind of circle back to that confusion phase because there's so many different opinions about what to do. One doctor says hormone replacement or menopause hormone therapy, as they're calling it now, will absolutely help you with all your issues. They're definitely related to hormonal fluctuations. Another one says, well, you haven't been 12 months without a period, so nope, you can't even go near hormones. And another one will say, oh, your brother's uncle's cousin's sister had breast cancer. No, don't touch hormone therapy. So you look at natural solutions. You look at supplements, but supplements will help perhaps one symptom, but not another. Or you buy supplements which aren't regulated by the FDA, so they don't even really have the ingredient in the supplement that they say they had. At this point, you might just decide that suffering is necessary, that you're a woman and women are meant to suffer, and you're just going to suffer, you're going to plow through these symptoms because that's what women do. You might even know it's menopause by this point, and you go into acceptance. I'm in menopause, like it sucks, but I need to suffer. You realize that the alternative to menopause is death and that every woman goes through menopause, and so it's okay. You accept that menopause is okay, and now people are starting to talk about it not being such a terrible thing, and you finally decide it's time that you don't want to deal with all these symptoms, and you find a certified licensed menopause provider, and you get some help and you get some treatment. And whether it's hormone therapy or other therapies, you start to have all these things under control and your body regulates, and you realize that you don't need to be suffering so much. That's assuming you decided not to suffer, which, as you know, I don't believe in suffering unnecessarily when there are solutions out there. But you got the right cocktail of whether it's prescription drugs and supplements or change of lifestyle, whatever it is, you're starting to feel better. That is when you get into the empowerment phase. The worst symptoms are behind you, and you realize that you're so much stronger than you thought you were when you were having all this horrible confusion and what the fuck and feeling like you were dying. Like, that is all behind you and you're okay. And you actually get I don't give a fuck attitude. In fact, in Lisa Mosconi's research, she found that women actually develop a I don't give a fuck attitude. So there's research behind that. And you know that menopause is not a disease. You know that it's a normal phase of life, and you accept and feel empowered to live a much better life. So knowing all this, that you're going to go from the what the fuck to the confusion, to the I need help, to the acceptance, to the empowerment. Know that you're not alone. Know that this is not a death knell. It is just a phase of life that you're going through, and you're going to be okay. And there's power in community. So stay tuned, stay on top of the research, and you will feel better than you've ever felt in your life.